guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a prom look for you. So we're going to start off by prepping our skin. I'm using a facial oil because I do have dry skin, and I'm also using an anti-aging primer because I need to pass for prom age. So I'm going to apply that all over my skin. This is really silky. It kind of reminds me of the Hourglass primer, but way more affordable. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. It has just been my favorite foundation lately. It's very buildable, and you can build it up to a full coverage if that's what you like, and it also photographs really well. So if you're going to wear this for prom, it photographs beautifully and it's very long wearing. For brows, I'm just going to keep it really simple and natural and just use an eyeshadow to fill them in. I'm using this charcoal brown shade from the Morphe 350 palette. I find filling your brows in with shadows makes your brows look the most natural as opposed to any other method. To clean up the brows, we're just going to use this Sonia Kashuk concealer quad and just run the concealer underneath our brow hairs and blend it downwards. This is also going to act as a natural highlight. Then you're going to want to set that concealer in place with a shadow. I'm just using the one from the concealer quad and applying that all over my lid up to my brow bone. This is also going to help with blending. So we're going in with this shade here from the Morphe 350 palette. I will only be using shadows from this palette for this look, but we're going in with that shade as our transition shade and just buffing it into our crease. Next, we're going to gradually build up that crease. So I'm taking this little bit deeper of a warm tone shade and just lightly blending it into my lower crease and also my outer corner. Next, using this shade, we're just going to further deepen up the eye and add dimension. And I'm just concentrating this on the outer corner. After I lay down the color and blend it out, I like to go back in with a clean blending brush and just blend in between applications. Now I wanted to deepen up the eye even more, so I'm taking this brown shade and just putting it in the outer corner where I placed that last color, but blending the two together so that it has a nice gradient. I felt like the crease needed a little bit more blending, so I went back in with that first color and just blended around the edges. Taking a little bit of a setting spray, I'm just going to apply this to my brush to dampen it, and then I'm going to pick up my lid shade, which is the star of the show, and apply this all over my lid, lightly blending into the outer corner so that it gets a nice blend and you can still see that work we did in that outer corner. To create a nice transition, I'm just going back in with that outer corner brush and lightly blending the outer corner and that lid shade together. Now I'm just taking a little bit of mascara to coat my lashes because we will be applying falsies, and this is just going to help blend my natural lashes in with the false lashes. False lashes really do make a difference, especially if you have a special occasion like prom. I think it does make a difference. So these are the false lashes by KoKo. They're in the style Ari. You can get similar lashes from Ardell in Demi Wispies. So now I'm going in with my Maybelline Age Rewind Brightener, and this is just going to help brighten my under eye area. It's a pink tone, so it's just going to correct that area to further brighten it. Then for my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Sand, and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes as well as areas on my face which I want to highlight. To set my under eyes, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Powder, and I'm using a shade that is lighter than the foundation that I used. So the foundation I used was number 220. The powder I'm using is number 120. So this is just going to help brighten the areas which I highlighted. To complete the under eye, I'm just taking this warm brown on a pencil brush and running that underneath my eye. And then I'm just going to go in with that brown dark tone shade, and I'm going to put that on a flat definer brush or an angled brush like I'm using here, and just put that really close to my lash line. To keep my eyes looking nice and wide and awake, I'm just using a flesh tone liner from Rimmel and applying that to my waterline. To complete the inner corner of my eye and also bring this on my lower lash line slightly, I'm just using that shade we used on the lid, and I'm using a smudger brush, just applying that to the inner corner and gradually dragging it into where we put the liner on the lower lash line, not all the way in, but just slightly in. And then we're going to finish off the look with loads of mascara on our lower lashes. You can put as little or as much as you like. I wanted to put a lot for this look, and if you get any clumps, just go back in with a spoolie and roll it underneath your lashes and you're set. For bronzer, this shouldn't surprise you because this has been my latest obsession. I am obsessed with this bronzer. It is so good. It is from Physicians Formula and it is their new butter bronzer. And a couple of you were asking what shade I am, and it's just called bronzer. I believe the other one is just called light bronzer, so this is the darker of the two, but it definitely works when I have a tan on, as you can see here, and it just blends in with the skin beautifully. And when it says butter, it means butter. It is so soft. For my cheeks, I've been back into using my Milani Baked blushes, and this is in the shade 01 Dolce Pink. For highlight, I've been obsessed again with this. It's the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer. It's so affordable, and I can't put it down. So it's in another tutorial. I will try and use other products, but these products seriously have been my favorite, my go-to. I've just been loving all these. So I use the top two shades to start off with, and then to add a brighter pop of highlight, I'm using just that gold shade. Then for lips, I recently hauled these on my Snapchat. They're the new Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquids, and I have them in the shade Nude Thrill and Nude Flush, and I decided to use Nude Thrill for this tutorial. And then to top it off, I'm using this gloss from Revlon, and it's just really pretty. It photographs beautifully. It's kind of like my CoverGirl Candylicious, which I really love as well, but that's going to complete the look. I hope you guys like this tutorial and use it for prom. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great prom, and I'll see you in my next video.